There are car collectors all over America, and some are loyal to a particular brand like Ford or Chevy. Others collect cars from a certain era like the 60s and 70s. Then there's Rusty Robinson, who has a particular passion for vehicles that gain fame in a TV show or movie. Well, Rusty gave us a private after-hours tour of his museum in Jackson, where the cars are also big stars.
Growing up in the 80s, I think that was one of the major effects because everything had a car in it. You watch the Dukes of Hazzard, you watch Knight Rider, you watch Starsky and Hutch. It was probably the biggest star as the rest of the actors were.
Rusty Robinson's lifelong obsession with cars, especially TV and movie cars, was the driving force behind opening this museum in Jackson.
The museum always has around 30 cars in it most of the time, and then there's probably 30 more, 40 cars at the house.
How did it start? Well, perhaps with this replica of maybe the most famous TV car ever, the General Lee's '69 Charger.
I always wanted a General Lee and got one, and then you notice there could be a $200,000 Ferrari sitting there, and people would walk over that thing to get to the General Lee. They come in, and one of the first questions is, where do you get all of them from? And I have to tell them, I said, every one of them's got a different story, you know.
Rusty happily shares those stories with visitors Friday through Sunday. He's got hero cars, the ones you see the actors in, and some stunt cars. Some are replicas, like the Batmobile and the Blues Brothers Ford. Some, like the Ghostbusters Caddy, Rusty painstakingly built himself. Two of the major attractions are original cars, once driven by the late great Fast and Furious star Paul Walker.
The Green Eclipse is in the museum. It's one of the three that they use for actually running and driving cars from the very first Fast and Furious. I was just lucky. I bought the car because I just loved the movie and the car.
This car would be just another Nova had it not starred in a Quentin Tarantino car movie.
The Nova is from Death Proof, and it was Kurt Russell's car in the film, and that was filmed in Austin, Texas. And this one is one of the running and driving cars. I've got the wreck car too.
There's a Shelby GT500 under this car from the movie Death Race, and a good bit of Hollywood makeup on the outside.
Even though it looks like it weighs a million pounds, it's real light metal. A lot went into making it look that bad. You know, they computer scanned the car, and all these panels are interchangeable, almost like a Lego set. And that car will actually fire two real 30mm machine guns.
Even a dowdy AMC Pacer can become a star when it has famous comedians in the front seat.
You get certain people that come in. I've had, for some reason, Norway, that is one of their favorite cars from that country. I don't know why, but you get more of them in here that love Wayne's World. And plus that car, not only in the movie, I tell everybody, it had a hard way to go anyway.
Remember the Starsky and Hutch Torino? It had a big effect on how manufacturers felt about providing cars for shows and films.
Chevrolet wouldn't do any kind of deal with them, and Ford give them like 6 cars, man, and sold so many Torinos they started making them with a stripe on them. But that was kind of the beginning of product placement of cars. You know, now they beg to get their car in a TV show or a movie.
The DeLorean from Back to the Future is now a movie icon. Rusty's is not, but the wild-looking red ride above it is a rare original prop car.
The red car was used in the second Back to the Future movie, and in 1989, that's what they thought a 2015 Ferrari was going to look like.
Dooby-dooby-doo, where are you? We got some work to do now.
Another favorite among visitors of all ages is Rusty's rendition of the most famous cartoon van in TV history. Does anyone ever ask you, is this the original Mystic Machine in Scooby-Doo?
I get so many people that say, is that the original Mystic Machine from the cartoon? I've got to the point where I say, yeah, that's it, you know, but I wanted the cartoon version.
So you did this yourself?
I did that one myself.
Rusty is living his car guy dream with this collection, and he's quick to credit his late father with making that dream a reality.
He went out of his way to help me, and he was successful and helped me do this, and he couldn't have done it without my mother.
Well, as Rusty mentioned, this is only about half of his collection. That means he can change up the museum contents frequently. And because of his still severe car-loving obsession, his inventory is likely to keep growing.
Car guys know you get one, you think this is going to solve it, but then I want another one, and I think that might fix whatever problem I got in my mind, or there's probably some kind of therapist or something that you could probably go to for this, and it'd probably save me a lot of money.